I am in Tyson at the moment, and I'm lucky that no one is here, which is good for me but not good for business. This was my walk around the main or kind of popular streets in Vientiane during evening time and night time. It's only around 7 p.m. Empty, sad, boring, depressing. Anyway, let me tell you some good news. Maybe you've heard, maybe not, but Laos is gonna to reopen under Green Zone travel plan. To cut a long story short, the main idea that they are planning to reopen Vientiane capital, Vientiane and Luang Prabang areas as a designed green zones. Under the plan as designed green zones, so these areas, they should have 70-80% vaccinated population, and it should be 90-95% of service providers immunized. That was the requirements for the places in Laos which want to have some tourists or reopen for tourism, and now the information what is important for you guys. So let's crack it on. As always, PCR test. Nothing new, nothing surprising. 72 hours before, prior to departing for Laos. Also, this is quite funny, interesting. So, tourists would be transported to the hotels via vehicles approved under the Laos Safe Certification Program, while they wait the result of PCR test, which would be available within 24 hours. If the result is okay, you are free to go. In case if it's positive, after 3 days they will take one more test, and so on and so forth. So far there is no that much information how it's gonna be in that case if you are positive, but if you are not positive, okay, you are good to go after just 1 day staying in the hotel, which is like basically 24 hours. But again, the other thing about Laos, it says 24 hours, but it can be much longer or a bit shorter. Also, there is another thing. Contact tracing application will be available for tourists, which is called Laos Stay Safe, which would provide information updates for tourists in English while monitoring their movements. Yes, monitoring their movements. Oh wow. And one more interesting thing, that travel in green zones approved areas would be see tourists staying at the hotels approved under the Laos Safe program, while tourists traveling outside green zones to other provinces would be required to use transportation and book hotels that have been certified under the Laos Safe program. Yeah, I don't know if it's good or bad news, but for me it just feels like a little bit, they are monitoring you. You can leave just in the hotels approved, go to the places approved, taking the roads approved, which makes sense, of course, considering the pandemic, but at the same time, for me, it's just like, is it really traveling? As for Laos to reopen under Green Zone travel plan, there is nothing much to say about this article and about this information. That was released 18th of November. And so far no further information when is the actual reopening day, and the first question, when? No, I don't know. If you would ask me, I don't know. So far nobody knows. Also, there is nothing about visa. There was one sentence that you can come into Laos if you have approved document that allows you to come into Laos. So it says nothing about visa, what kind of visa it's gonna be, for how many months and how much it's gonna cost. Again, so far nothing for that point. So Laos will reopen, but maybe next year, maybe. As for vaccination, because it was said about vaccination, right? So the person who comes to Laos should be definitely 100% vaccinated, at least 2 weeks before. Also, China again donated almost 2 million doses just a few days ago. So according to their plan, which I was saying a few months ago, that by the end of this year they want to vaccinate 50% of people, so far it sounds like it's possible and it may happen. As for reopening day, as I mentioned, so far it's unknown. Also, I think it's gonna happen somewhere in January next year, maybe February, January, maybe not, because at the beginning of December they will open Laos railway. There is quite a lot of information about that, so they are really counting on Chinese tourism. Maybe for all the rest of the world, January, February, who knows, but yeah, so far that's it for what I know and for is online for this big moment of Laos reopening, because I know some of you or many of you are quite interested in this question, but unfortunately reopening again, yes, kind of we're going to do that, we are talking about that, we are planning that, but not really clear. I think so far they are really focused more on reopening the railway, which is number one priority for the government. That's 100%. As for all the rest, tourists, probably they realize and they understand that not so many foreigners from all over the world will come to Laos immediately, just the next day. And as you saw the streets today, I'm not sure how they're gonna accept tourism if everything looks and feels at the moment just like that. Oh, thank you, thank you. Here is my burger. This is what I love about Tyson. Every time I come to Tyson, I eat just burger. Because for me it's the best what they have here. I want to say thank you for watching, for sticking around. I will try better to be not so lazy vlogger as I am at the moment, because honestly I lost all my energy and everything to do the vlogs, because you think every time you think what can I film, there is nothing much to film, and just feeling inside just this kind of depressed feeling. And so many people left Laos whom I knew here, and every month more and more people are leaving, people just giving up. You know, I also have the feeling that at some point I will leave, maybe even in a very near future. Thank you one more time. If you have something to say, to ask, comment down below. Give me like or dislike if you think this video was useful for you or not, and see you next time. Bye.